city of Basel, located on the Rhine River where the Swiss, French and German borders converge in northwestern Switzerland. Third largest city in Switzerland, but the second economic centre of Switzerland, and we're here for the World Badminton Championships, and of course you can follow everything that's happening on the BWF Facebook, Twitter, new Instagram account. It really is a beautiful city, isn't it? There's the spires from the 12th century cathedral. Absolutely magnificent. It's a beautiful trip we take each day from our hotel down to the stadium. So this is the view from inside St Jakobshalle here in Basel. Round of last 16 matches here today. So anybody who wins today will be through to the quarter-final stage. We've had 5 matches already, and what an absolutely terrific win for Sai Praneeth Bhamidipati. Our next match features the former world number 1 and now number 2 TAI Tzu Ying of Chinese Taipei up against Ga Eun from Korea. This obviously must be from the bottom half of the draw because it's the number 2 seed, TAI Tzu Ying. And as you can see, no last 16 matches played in the bottom half yet. The top half has been completed. All the matches in the top half. We know the quarterfinalists line up in the top half of the draw, and it features 2 former world champions, Ratchanok Inton, the 2013 world champion, and the world champion from 2 years ago, Nozumi Okuhara. Who will join them in the quarter-final stage? Well, we are about to find out. So as far as Ga Eun is concerned, her win-loss record translates into 6 finals, 2 titles. For TAI Tzu Ying, the number 2 seed, she's been in 37 finals, 26 titles, including 2 this year, the Malaysian Open and the Singapore Open.
Your choice, black or red? Red for you. Black, this side. Receive, okay.
So our umpire for this one, Jakob Sindberg of Denmark. And the toss of the coin. And the players change ends. And we thought at the beginning of the week there really was no drift at all, but I think there must be a little bit of drift. Because otherwise there wouldn't be a necessity to change or choose ends first. So to Ga Eun is 21 years of age, born in Ulsan in the south of the Republic of Korea. Down 1 place in the world ranking this week to 29, but has been 3 places higher, as you can see. And that was right at the end of last month and the beginning of this month, just 1 week. Making her first appearance at the World Championships, so she was a bronze medalist at the World Junior Championships in the girls' singles in Bilbao, 2016. Looking at her path through to this last 16, Ksenia Polikarpova of Israel in the first round, and what a wonderful win in the second round against the number 16 seed, Ga Eun of China. Came through in 3 games, but look at the score in the decider, 21-10. So to her opponent, TAI Tzu Ying, former world number 1, 137 weeks as world number 1, which is a record, the longest that any women's singles player has been world number 1 since the current world ranking came into existence. 25 years of age now, not the tallest of athletes, that's just over 5'4". And she is making her 5th appearance at the World Championships, and it's the 5th time that she's been seeded. She's been in 4 previous quarter-finals. By virtue of her seeding, she had a bye in the first round, and the second round beat Fitriani of Indonesia in 2 straight games, and that was pretty comfortable, wasn't it? 33 minutes. So 3 finals for her this year. Not only that win in Malaysia and Singapore, but was also in her 3rd consecutive All-England final. The 2-time defending champion, TAI Tzu Ying, lost the final this year. So as I was telling you, Jakob Sindberg of Denmark is our umpire. Paul Buffum of England is the service judge. So the final preparations, the final practice of the high serve. Well, when I tell you that TAI Tzu Ying looked very relaxed, I came down actually on the bus today rather than the tram, and she was having a little snooze on the bus.
Korea. And on my left, TAI Tzu Ying, Chinese Taipei.
So the former world #1, TAI Tzu Ying, nearest to us, up against the youngster, Ga Eun. Yeah, that's a lovely drop shot. I'm Jill Clark, delighted to say Steve Pedersen is sitting alongside me. I was a little bit surprised on the bus that TAI Tzu Ying was having a little snooze, but I mean, it actually transpired, given the length of some of our previous matches, that it was some considerable time before her match, because I thought that was a little too relaxed.
It's about getting your rest while you can, where you can. She's also a player that sometimes opts for doing things differently compared to the textbook. When she first started, she said she wanted to increase the practice, but she just wouldn't practice in the weekends. They were her spare time.
Well left. Now, Steen, here's an extraordinary statistic. At the start of the week in the women's singles game, as we have our first challenge of this women's singles, the start of the week, there were 4 current or former world #1s. Obviously, TAI Tzu Ying, Yamaguchi, current world #1, Saina Nehwal, Ratchanok Intanon, and 4 former world #2s. PV Sindhu. We caught the line. What a good challenge.
Correction.
What a good challenge. So 4 former world #1s, 4 former #2s, Sindhu, Okuhara, Chen Ufei, and Sung Ji Hyung. Every single one of those 8 players who have been ranked 1 or 2 have won a world championship medal, except for TAI Tzu Ying, who holds the record as the longest player to be at the #1 spot. That's extraordinary, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
5.
And this is an extraordinary start as well from Kim. Oh, that's landed well in. First meeting between these 2 players, and I can't help but wonder whether TAI Tzu Ying is a little bit nervous, given the fact that in the Sudaman Cup she lost to another Korean youngster, An Si Young, and that was the first time they had played.
Yeah, I think the conditions here in St. Jakobshalle in Basel is definitely something that the Korean players like. We saw yesterday Choi Sul-ju and Seo-seung Jae defeating the top seeds, Sukamuljo and Gideon, and they're always really, really solid in their basic game, in their defense, the Koreans, and they can really use it here because there's little to none drift in the arena, so they play on a full court, so to speak. Definitely a great start to this match here.
So on the right, as we look at them, is Tai Tzu Ying's regular coach, Lai Cheng-cheng.
Good save.
Yeah, well left.
Service over. 3-8.
Backhand serve and employs the flick. Oh, that's a super shot. Address the shuttle early at the front of the court, hold and push.
9-3.
Men's doubles. From China, Yu Chen and Ga Eun. And from Germany, Mark Rasmus and Martin Kai.
Yeah, that's good judgment too. Can't help but wonder, Steen, whether Tai Tzu Ying's decision to miss the 2017 edition of the World Championships to play in the World University Games in her home country when she was hot favourite to win, whether that's put added pressure because she's never won this World Championship medal.
Yeah, and mentioning the statistics that she's been number one in the world for the most weeks without a World Championship medal. It's actually, she's only had one chance. No, she's not had only one chance at the World Championship medal, but only as sort of the top player in the world by ranking. She's only had one chance. That was last year in Nanjing, because she opted out in 2017. And
6-9.
we'll never know whether it influences her, but I would think it does.
Well, I can remember an article I read fairly recently saying that Tai Tzu Ying was similar to Lee Chong-wei in that neither of them, Lee Chong-wei now retired, of course, but contested 4 World Championship finals and 3 Olympic finals.
That's, I think Tai Tzu Ying's got to do something more to deserve the comparison with Lee Chong-wei.
Yes, good point.
10.
It's not lack of medals that he has. Lee Chong-wei, it's lack of gold medals.
Oh, that's beautiful. Found the line. And to the mid-game interval, Kim Ga Eun with a 4-point advantage.
Wipe the court. Line judge.
That really is a super shot, technically. Just watch the racket head here. How it just sort of swipes across the line of the shuttle. It's what you Danes called a windscreen wiper shot.
Windscreen wiper, yeah. She's been a lot up and down lately, Ga Eun. I think Tai is pointing to someone using the light on their mobile phone behind the court. She's beaten An Se-young thoroughly in
Thank you.
US Open. And she's lost to Fabienne Deprez of Germany in the tournament before that in Canada. So it's two results that points in opposite directions, shows that she's capable of playing really well, but also can have some fallouts.
Yeah.
And I think when Tai Tzu Ying sort of gets used to the shots of Kim, we might see that she will take over the control of the match. Right now it's the Korean who directs things.
It's great retrieving from Tai Tzu Ying. Yeah, but commanding the rally, the Korean. That was super once again. Look how Tai Tzu Ying has to really almost contort her back to play that one. Well, previous winner was cross court to get to the mid-game interval. That one straight down the line. Yeah, she's got plenty of fans globally, has Tai Tzu Ying. You could also say, though, Steen, that Tai Tzu Ying has had an up and down season so far.
Yes.
And having just verbalised that, I feel very guilty, because she's been in 3 finals from only 6 tournaments played. 50% of tournaments, she's reached the final. How can we possibly say that she's had an up and down season? But when you think that she reached 10 finals last year from 15 tournaments, we expect very high things of Tai Tzu Ying.
Yeah, and what was it in a row? She at some point in the
yes,
around New Year.
That's
2018.
Right. 6 finals in the first 6 tournaments.
Yeah.
29 match winning streak.
Good shot.
Yeah. She's strong from that round the head position, isn't she?
13-8.
Yeah, just leapt under that Ga Eun and played that very nice cross-drop shot.
Well, she simply can't afford errors like that, Tai Tzu Ying.
You mentioned it, Jill, that she's had an up and down season up until now. I basically think she's had a down season, again, compared to where she was. I don't think she's really been the player she was before her stomach injury.
Yeah.
She hasn't really gotten back to the level she had before having to take a break.
Yes, her torso injury was at the end of last year, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Hong Kong Open. Just long. Well, getting herself back into contention. Here's TAI Tzu Ying.
14.
Oh,
Good
my
shot.
goodness.
It's gone wide.
Oh, she's challenged that. I thought that was out.
Ga Eun challenges called in.
I think she might win this challenge too. Won her first one. Here we go.
Yep.
Correction, out. Service over.
Right, both times she's challenged.
Play.
That's a great clear. So is that.
Perfect play.
What a well-constructed rally.
And she was quite satisfied with that as well. Kim Ga Eun sort of cheering out to the audience.
What's amazing me, Steen, is the way that she's commanding the rallies and dictating the pace against the former world number one.
She can put pressure on her clears here. There's no holding back. There's no drift for or against. So she can use the full court and sort of exploit the lack of reach with TAI Tzu Ying. We've seen a couple of years ago when Ga Eun, the Korean that's now knocked out of the tournament early on by Okuhara. Early on, she had really, really good head-to-head results against the shorter players in the field here, because she really had the shots to challenge them.
Yeah.
Sharp drop shots, cross drop shots mostly. Good clears, nice lifts.
Well, how does TAI Tzu Ying stop her opponents playing these punch clears then?
Yes, she's going to have to take control of the match herself from the beginning of the rallies and sort of break out from the pressure one shot before it becomes impossible to break out. And by that I mean, if she's beginning to get under pressure on the back court, she needs to play a long shot into the front court, a shot like that. But these are the mistakes that sometimes we saw TAI Tzu Ying actually commit them for a while, but then eventually they vanished from her game, and she was just amazing. And she's going to need to do the same here. That lift there didn't have the quality. She managed to get out of trouble anyway. And also on the front court, whenever there's a drop shot, she has to play back at the net. If it's a drop shot from the back court of Kim Ga Eun, she's got to play back at the net, so she can't sort of like hunt her with better and better attacking shots.
Yeah.
Kim Ga Eun, that one. And the good thing for TAI Tzu Ying is that she doesn't really need to do it every time, and as long as she does it regularly, the other shots will become more valuable. Again, the lift and so on. She will keep Kim Ga Eun guessing. I think the most important thing is that she stays in balance.
Yeah. Oh, behind the back. Yeah, well taken by Kim Ga Eun.
But from what we've seen so far, she's not able to produce enough high-quality shots in a row. Suddenly there's a shot that hasn't the correct quality, and then she gets punished. That didn't have the correct quality. Lucky to get out of trouble.
Oh, well, will it be a hat-trick of correct challenges from this lady?
It was a very difficult shot to judge from the linesman, because it was one of those that slides over the line.
What does Hawkeye say? Hawkeye says it's out.
Yep.
And the line judge was correct, so unsuccessful challenge there.
And they really hope, the Korean coaches, that they get this first game in the bag. Of course, TAI Tzu Ying trying to see if she can sort of steal it, since she's been down throughout the entirety of the first game. Good shot. That's the block I was looking for.
Well, it's now, with that error from TAI Tzu Ying, it is 3 game point opportunities for Kim Ga Eun. Oh, my goodness me. Now, that's the sort of shot that so many of her fans just love to watch. When she's really got the confidence to hold and flick and play her deception. She's a great player to watch. First game point, well saved.
Oh,
that's marvellous. Oh, dear. Yeah, that's a pity after such a wonderful cross-court defence.
And if TAI had been looking at her opponent, she would see that she was very unsatisfied with herself. And here it comes.
Yeah.
That shows me that if TAI can stay close, then I think Kim could get really, really tensed if she was about to win this match.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Challenge.
Absolutely brilliant. Well, she's challenging, and assuming she's wrong, then it's 20-all.
Yeah, but I'm not certain she's wrong.
You're not certain?
No, I think it could. I think it's going to be close.
Well, it's quite obvious what I thought initially.
You're right, Joe.
Yeah. So no challenges left, and it's 20-all. Extra points required until there's a clear 2-point winning margin.
Play.
Oof. Never hit through that. So now a 4th game point opportunity for Kim Ga Eun. Oh, that's delightful. That's interesting to me, Steve. The reaction after the rally from TAI Tzu Ying very rarely shows any emotion on court. Yelling at herself, urging herself on.
Oi.
Oh. Well long of the back line.
She did well to get that back here.
21.
What a fantastic shot.
Yeah. Extraordinary. So having just saved 4 game point opportunities, now TAI Tzu Ying has a game point herself. Has gone wide.
Set over.
I'm positive that she's tensed. Also, the celebration of the point that we just mentioned. You know, I'm positive that TAI Tzu Ying, she's tensed
Yeah.
more than in a normal tournament. Because it means something, the World Championship. Otherwise, you don't get as good as she is if you say, World Championship doesn't really mean a thing to me.
Yeah.
It does.
Of course it does. Good rally. Brilliant defence.
That's a fantastic defence. Hit it a little bit closer to the body.
That straight drop shot from TAI Tzu Ying is one of her trademark shots, but that was played to perfection. Look at that. Look at that. The racket head control as she plays that shot. Just extraordinary. So a second game point opportunity now for TAI Tzu Ying.
Play.
Oh my goodness.
That's a fantastic clue.
Opening game for TAI Tzu Ying. Survived 4 game point opportunities
22.
before closing it out on her second game point, 24-22. And she did awfully well to survive that opening game, considering that right at the start of the game she was 6 points adrift at 1-7 down. 27 minutes for that opening game. That's amazing. Andre Chung, Korean coach, head coach now.
움직이는 거를 다시 하고 얘가 지금 스피드하고 한개 나오고 치고 당기는 거 움직이는 거 이렇게 다시 시작하는 거예요. 그래가지고 그냥 자연스럽게 이어지는 거가 지금 이어지는 거
Court 1.
There's some
20
interesting
seconds.
dynamics in this
Court 1.
interval
20
here,
seconds.
depending on the mentality of Ga Eun. I mean, she should realize that she's been playing really, really well. There's nothing that should indicate that she cannot win this match. So there is this danger that she sort of falls down because, I mean, she was so close at winning the first game and so on. If she doesn't do that, then it's really, really important that the coaches of TAI Tzu Ying, that they have sort of that they don't think that everything is home safe yet. They've got to sort of tell her off a little bit, say, hey, come on, we need to play better, or you need to play better because it's you who has to do it. But got to be even more focused. We cannot be satisfied with just winning this first game and getting out of trouble. We have to play even better, because otherwise she's going to feel too safe. And if Ga Eun is a fighter, then she could still spell big problems for TAI Tzu Ying.
I agree.
1-0.
No, that's careless.
2-1.
Oh, there's that drop shot again.
Yeah.
Exactly the same.
And you can see that the way she moves to that forehand corner is a little bit awkward. It seems a little bit awkward, the movement. Here it comes.
Kim?
Yeah. It's like she moves a little bit sideways first and then takes a step forward.
Yeah. Yeah, well spotted.
And that means, in my opinion, that she's going to struggle in that corner. So if TAI can put pressure in the backhand corner, or one drop shot in the backhand side and then target that forehand corner there, I think there's more points waiting for the world number one.
Except she's the world number 2 now.
Former world number 1. I was just checking to see if you were alert.
Center. 3-2.
I think there's something else that we need to take into account here, Steen, and that's the fact that TAI Tzu Ying did actually, at the start of this year, hint that she might retire after the Olympics. And of course, there's no World Championships next year. There's no World Championships in any Olympic year. We have the World Championships the 3 other years of the Olympiad. So this could be...
This could be the last chance.
Her last chance of not only winning gold, but getting any sort of a medal.
But, I mean, again, she's still reasonably young, and things asked, questions asked, translated, put into an interview. I would like to hear what she actually said. And, sometimes it's just like, yeah, I could retire as well. Like a possibility, I could also become an air pilot or whatever you want. So I take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
But of course, the more times you try and are unsuccessful, the harder it seems to get to finally get.
It plays on your mind.
Yeah.
3-4.
She's got to take comfort in that she won the Asian Games gold last year in almost at this time of year actually, and she won it convincingly. But it was under different playing conditions in Istora Senayan in Indonesia. And
you say she's young. She is relatively young for a badminton player. She's only 25 now. But we need to consider that she's been playing for so long. She was the youngest ever finalist in a Super Series event. She got to the final as a 15-year-old and competed in the final as a 16-year-old because it was her 16th birthday on finals day. That's an awfully long time playing at elite level. Yeah, terrific net play. Forcing the short lift.
And also with the stories of her suggesting that she is some kind of a free spirit that doesn't always do things the textbook way, then who knows? She might retire to the Olympics.
Yeah,
she's very alert to those shots. She's there.
Very good.
In the flat forehand.
6-4.
And that's a question of inches. If it's a little bit higher, it's a perfect shot from TAI Tzu Ying. At that height there, it's a losing shot.
Yeah, good follow-up.
5-6.
Also a very intelligent lady, TAI Tzu Ying. Studied sports science at Taipei University. Done a master's degree. Now she's doing a doctorate. So she's going to get a PhD. Does well to combine all her studies with her playing and her travelling.
Yeah, it's very different what players can sort of cope with whilst they're traveling and playing. I've had players who almost had a full-time job and traveling, and then I've had some who sometimes struggle with just traveling and playing badminton without doing anything else, needed the spare time, needed the peace and quiet, whilst others barely had left the court before they grabbed their computer. At one point we had 3 men's singles who started to be a doctor as well at the same time. One of them actually here, said hello to him this morning. It was Christian Kaldau. He's giving a speech at the coaches conference running these 2 days here in Basel.
Didn't former world champion Peter Rasmussen, didn't he become a doctor?
He's a doctor
Medical
as well.
doctor, that is.
And also Anders Boesen was now a doctor with the #1 football team in Denmark, FC Copenhagen.
7-6.
Plays for a spot in EuroLeague tonight.
Wow.
He's the team doctor of that team.
Oh, good backhand.
Still, the scoreline is reasonably good for Kim Ga Eun, but we can also see that there are some shots that explains this up and down results that we discussed earlier on.
There's that drop shot again.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
And the shot was simply not good enough, so she got in real trouble after moving to that forehand corner there. And if she falls over every time she's played a shot, then she's in real trouble.
Look how she was sent in the wrong direction, though, Steen.
That was a bit harsh.
Yeah.
On her stating that she should have stayed on 2 feet, trying to recover that one.
Three to the deep forehand. Off. Immediately apologises. That's a well-constructed rally, though, from TAI Tzu Ying. 3 pushes deep into Kim's forehand corner. It's all right, it didn't get her in the face. I'm a little bit worried to start with.
9-7.
Good defense.
Yeah, she did well off her right hip.
8-9.
Oh yes, well taken.
9-4.
I mentioned, Steen, that she'd won a bronze medal at the 2016 World Junior Championships in Bilbao in the girls' singles. Did you know she'd also won bronze in the girls' doubles, that same World Championships?
No.
I can see from her style of play how that's really helped her.
Yeah.
The flat, fast exchanges.
She's ready. She's
very
ready.
good.
10-9.
Yeah, there was another shot, double shot as I would call it. This is a good rally.
It's going wide.
I thought the same.
Good shot, good shot. Yeah, excellent.
Brilliant.
Because the previous shot looked just like the last one, like the cross drop. But just in the nick of time, she applied a little bit more power, TAI Tzu Ying, and that set it all up. That's the shot there. You can see Ga Eun is focused on the front court.
Watch the footwork. No, there wasn't a sideways movement. I was trying to see if, with what you'd pointed out before, if there was a little bit of a sideways movement, but she just wasn't able to read the drop shot and just couldn't push off in time.
It's like she can't reach it in one step, just moving her right foot, and she doesn't really take that little extra step with her left foot to help enhance her reach. So it's definitely an exploitable corner.
So a game and a 2-point advantage here in the second for the former world #1, TAI Tzu Ying.
Service over. 10-11.
She's got that covered. She's got to play them a bit higher, those deceptions to the forehand side of Ga Eun, because Kim is really good at intercepting.
Yeah, more indications of the early development playing doubles. Just long.
And she won't really go away, Kim, so of course it's a much better situation for TAI that she's got the first game. Otherwise it would be a really tough day at the office, with lots of nerves, but it's still concerning if you're a Chinese Taipei fan that Kim is staying in there.
I wonder, Steen, and I want your opinion because you're the coach, you're the expert on this.
I won't say.
I think when TAI Tzu Ying is making her twist and turn more, so that one was one down the forehand, then fast down the backhand.
Yeah.
I think that's probably, what do you think, a better tactic for her?
It's definitely a viable way to go. She's a reasonably tall player, Ga Eun, so always one of the things that you have in the toolbox, the twist and turn plan. A lot of players use it against Victor Axelsen if they can get away with it.
Oh dear, I didn't like that. I did not like that.
Well, nothing happened, nothing serious happened.
Well, I know these badminton players are flexible, but what bothered me, Steen, is, oh, yes, the knee.
It was...
she didn't move afterwards. That's what's bothered me. Most of these players, when they slip and slide and they seem to bounce, oh, the ankle went as well there. The ankle went.
On the left leg, you think?
No, on the right leg.
Yeah,
just twisted a little.
I think.
Watch it.
That's the problem there, that she gets it on the heel. We've seen twice Carolina Marin suffering that injury when she's won. Afterwards, she's won 2 World Championships, so maybe it's a good sign for Kim. But she's had enormous trouble. But you get the heel cap into your Achilles, and here it also looked like the hamstring was at risk. But
well,
she's ready. She's extremely quickly ready.
Yes,
it would have taken a bit longer time to
that's amazing.
to recover
Honestly,
mentally.
I thought that looked very nasty. Oh my goodness, what on earth was that?
14-all.
So all credit to Kim Ga Eun. Back level, 14-all. Yeah.
Now, once in a while, I would like to see Tai on the front court just play the fast shot, so that she's not always decepting, because she's almost all the time she has the chance, she's putting small deceptions on. Once in a while, just play the fast shot.
That's a great clear. Great clear from Kim. Well, we noticed that in the opening game, didn't we, Steen? The quality of her punch clears. Look at this. Totally deceiving Tai Tzu Ying. Very nearly got lucky with that. Well, as the court is mopped, got to mention, Steen, the fact that Chinese Taipei, one of the 5 nations who have medalled in all 5 disciplines, but they only have a total of 6 medals between Chinese Taipei players over all World Championships. 6 medals in total. But
in
one
5 different categories.
In 5 different categories. That's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, they had a finalist in women's singles. I forgot her name now. Short player as
Yes, indeed. And do you remember what year it was? It was Cheng Xiaoqie.
In Paris.
No, it was London.
London.
2011. And she's the only player to have won 2 medals from Chinese Taipei in the same discipline, because if you remember...
US 2005.
Yes, 2005 Anaheim. First player to win a World Championship women's singles medal whilst reigning World Junior Champion.
Good shot.
Oh, yes, that's lovely. Lovely. Well, it brings an end to the run of 4 straight points from Kim Ga Eun.
15-16.
And once again closes the gap to level the scores.
And she's had a bit more success with her attacks down the backhand side here in the second game than in the first. In the first, we saw some very, very good cross defense from Kim Ga Eun.
Now, that's exactly what I was talking about.
Yeah, first one side.
Yeah, deep forehand, backhand net.
Yeah.
하나만 올리자, 하나만.
Well, strange. It's been so tight all the way through the second game. 4 straight points to Kim, and then 4 straight points to Tai Tzu Ying. after being 1 or 2 points all the way. That straight drop to the forehand side, you're right, Steen. She doesn't look quite comfortable, does she, Kim, when she goes forward to lunge?
It's not always a winner, and it doesn't always give TAI Tzu Ying the advantage, but it rarely gives Kim Ga Eun any advantage when Tai plays there, and that's, of course, some of the things that you're looking for to find against your opponent. Safe spots.
Oh, it's landed in. But those 5 points, straight points, put TAI Tzu Ying in a very commanding position here. Oh my goodness, that's wild.
18-19.
I think she should go all out attacking in this next rally. TAI Tzu Ying not going for the lines, but just working really, really hard, trying to stay in control of the rally.
Unforced error.
And suddenly those 19-16 who looked really intriguing when you have the first game, suddenly they're gone. And you just 2 mistakes from losing the second game, and all confidence is gone again. There it is. Well played.
In. And on a run of 4 straight points. Now, Kim Ga Eun has a game point opportunity here in the second to level this match at 1 game apiece.
Shot. We can also see that if she plays the forehand corner, short forehand corner too early, TAI Tzu Ying, then Kim is, of course, alert to it now. So she's got to sort of hide it later in the rally.
20.
And you can, of course, ask what should Kim do to force a decider here and put pressure on TAI Tzu Ying, use her strong clears.
Extra points again, as with the opening game. Oh, brilliant! What defence from Kim Ga Eun. And she's earned herself a second game point opportunity here in the second game.
21-20.
Missed it. Well, TAI Tzu Ying did exactly as you suggested. That was attacking in that rally. Everything was going in a downward direction.
Yeah, you've got to try and keep control of the rally. But the thing is that when it's this close, when it's just 2 points in it, luck becomes a bigger part of the equation. And if you're a little bit unlucky, you're facing a decider.
Yeah.
If you're a Chinese Taipei fan, and we're talking a lot about TAI Tzu Ying, because at least I feel that with the playing style, with all the results and so on, it would be a good thing if she got a medal, if she did well here. But we have to commend Kim Ga Eun. She's played a great game.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't be unfair if she came out the winner of this match.
That's gone wide. Error on the return of serve, and therefore it's a match point opportunity for the number 2 seed and former world number 1, TAI Tzu Ying. Oh, oh, I thought that was going wide, Steen.
Yeah, I think
Ah.
it was.
Well, she's missed that forehand net yet again as Kim Ga Eun. And so it's a second match point opportunity for the number 2 seed, TAI Tzu Ying. Nice. Brilliant. Oh, my goodness. Well, what defence in that final rally from TAI Tzu Ying. A wonderful smash straight down the line from Kim. And somehow she got it back and got it back with interest. Symmetry in the scoreline. 24-22 in both games.
Won by TAI Tzu Ying, 24-22, 24-22.
56 minutes. What a match that was. Well, utterly brilliant. She saved 4 game point opportunities in that opening game from 17-20 down and 20-21 down. But it's not how you start, it's how you finish. But in all honesty, she's going to have to start better in her next match, because going 1-7 down in the opening game simply wasn't good enough. Well, it was good enough because she managed to come back. This was the terrific smash that I was amazed. Look how TAI Tzu Ying got it back and got it back with interest. And I think the fact that she was up again so quickly after the defensive shot possibly forced the Korean into error. Look how late she's taking that. And that's the most magnificent block. Inspirational play from TAI Tzu Ying. And the victory that she so desired, through to the quarterfinal with victory over Kim Ga Eun, 24-22, 24-22. What a match, 56 minutes.